Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to cover all the fun and adventures that we had at World's Strongest Man 2020 this year. Some of the things were really cool, some were a little dramatic, and all in all, it was an amazing show to be at and watch. Alright, so about 3 weeks ago, just as I'm going to get stem cells done at BioAccelerator, I get a phone call asking if I'd like to be the equipment tester and, possibly referee to some degree, or be an alternate at World's Strongest Man. I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. I'm in, I'll be there, no problem. So, really didn't get too much of a chance to train. I was just going for a good time. Plus, this gets me my 10th World's Strongest Man appearance and puts me into a pretty elite group. There's actually fewer people that have done World's Strongest Man 10 times or more than have actually won the show. So it's a neat little group to be in. So I'm really excited about that. First off, we get there and everybody's got to pass their COVID tests. Then you got to go quarantine. Turns out 2 of the guys failed before they even left. 2 guys had gotten hurt, so there's already 4 alternates in. And then there was a couple of us left at Worlds. And then 2 guys failed COVID there and got sent home. So now all of a sudden I'm in, I'm like, okay, because Colin's like, hey, you got your kit? I'm like, of course, you told me to bring it, so I got it. He goes, good, because you're in. I'm like, sweet. So I was really excited about that, didn't expect much, just wanted to go out and have fun, get to talk to and handle a lot of the younger guys and help coach and teach, especially and walk them through their first World's Strongest Man, because it can be a little awkward at first. It's not run like any other strongman contest on the planet. And it's a lot of hurry up and wait, and it's a lot of waiting for things to get set up and stuff like that. And you gotta know how to warm up, and you gotta know how to conduct yourself and what to worry about, what not to worry about, and understand at the end of the day, if you need more time to warm up, it's about you, and you can take that time. You don't have to be afraid, even though they're in a hurry, but you still need to do your business. So that was like a really cool thing and a really neat thing. I mean, Evan Singleton and Gabe Pena and Bobby Thompson and getting to hang around with these guys was a lot of fun for me. I really had a ball with y'all. It was a blast. It was great seeing Jerry and seeing how well Jerry did this year, and JF Caron, hanging out with Martins, and there's some things that you'll see with Martins. I mean, we got hit by a hurricane. We got hit literally by a hurricane, and there's some video of Martins and I going out to check it out at night, and I think Dylan's going to splice that in so you get to see it. But the wind's all blowing sideways, and we were protected because it was hitting the other side of the building, so we could walk out and take a look at it, and the rain's just going sideways and the wind's blowing, and it was definitely an interesting experience for me to be in my first hurricane. So, but that was the day the contest got delayed, so we were supposed to start that day. They moved everything indoors, and which turned out to be one of the best conditions we've ever had to compete in at World's Strongest Man, because all the floors were flat, everything was stable, we were out of the sun, no heat stroke, had controlled weather. It was just one of the most amazing experiences, plus the studio lights and the way it looked. It just looked amazing. It was a heck of a lot of fun. So that was really neat, and I'm glad we got to experience that. Next, move on to the final, and watching Novikov just get after it. I mean, the speed he has is just incredible, and he's ungodly strong, and he's just another one of those guys that shows you don't have to be 6'8" and 400 plus pounds to win the title. You just have to be the best athlete on that day. And he came out and literally, over those 2 days, he was the best athlete, hands down. I mean, he got what he deserved. He worked, he earned it, he got it, and I was very impressed by him. Especially his mannerisms, the way he conducts himself, and the way he talks, and just the way he acts. It was very impressive. He acts wise, well beyond his years. So it was really neat and refreshing to see. Tom Stolman is an unbelievable talent. The things I saw him do this week were just incredible. I mean, I see a very bright future for him. I can see him winning more than one title in time. I've never seen somebody do stones like that. I just haven't. So it was pretty cool. JF Caron was in a great position to actually take the title as well. But one thing kind of held him back. But man, I've never seen him that good. And I've seen him at a lot of shows. He was far and away the best I've ever seen him, and it was really neat to get to see him and hang out and catch up with him. It was great to hang out with Terry Hollins, and I'll cover something that Terry and I went through later on, but it was great to see Terry and all the guys from England and Graham Hicks and all the guys. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it's like going to a family reunion is the best way I can explain it. Once a year you get to go hang out with guys that you see periodically during the year, but not everybody all at once. So it's pretty cool. Robert was a lot of fun to hang around with, but Robert's always fun to hang around with. And Eddie's always out of control, but he's a lot of work now, which is justifiably so, but he's still just out of control and a lot of fun to hang around with. We got a picture with the little Brian doll that's just hilarious, and I'll probably post that to Instagram in a couple days. But I mean, all in all, it was great. Brian, getting to hang out with Brian, getting to compete in the heat with Brian was a lot of fun. Getting to help Brian during the show was also really neat and a lot of fun. He's still one of the most impressive athletes you could ever want to witness and watch compete. It just wasn't his year, and that's just how it is. I just really love this sport, and I just enjoy, for the most part, the way we all get along and the way we all band together as a team, which brings me to one of the more dramatic parts of the show was, of course, we all got COVID tested every day. And on the 8th day that we were there, because we're in the bubble, so we're not exposed to anybody else, we're only around each other. And the 8th day, there was like 2 false positives. And one of the guys, we were waiting the last day of competition, and we were already like an hour and a half behind, but we could also see everything was all set up. And the athlete took it upon himself to let us all know what the situation was and what was going on. And it was really cool of him to do that. And the athlete came back and tested negative on 2 PCR tests and a quick test first, and then 2 PCRs afterwards, and was cleared to go to the competition. That he was COVID-free. That there was 2 false positives that day for a couple of the athletes. Well, he put that into a group chat that only the athletes are in, so that we only knew. And somebody took that and took a screenshot of it and sent it to Julian with the World's Strongest Fan, and he managed to post that to social media. And it was really one of the most uncool, unethical, and rotten things I've ever seen done. Now, Julian was also getting updated as the events were going on, and pictures were being taken, and those were getting posted. And it got the producers of World's Strongest Man looking into, they're gonna go through footage and stuff like that, because they can see the camera angle. And this year, because they did a lot of insider stuff and a lot of Facebook stuff, Facebook Live and things like that, there's a lot more cameras going on. So he's gonna be able to kind of tell where that picture came from, and he's gonna be able to tell at some point who that athlete is. And they'll get a little bit ousted for that, because that was just really, really uncool. And the fact that Julian's gonna make money off that is ridiculous. And it's one of the more scumbag things I've ever seen. So, and I don't have anything else nice to say about that. I really don't. And I think there should be severe repercussions for that, because if we can't trust each other, then who can we trust? I mean, when you're in the bubble, there's nobody there. There's nobody there to help us. We had to help each other. So when you're warming up, or you're trying to put on your tacky, or trying to put your shirt on when you got all your gear on, we all had to take care of each other. And for that to happen, it just wasn't really cool. But all in all, I'm going to tell you, this is one of my best experiences at World's Strongest Man. The food was good. The hotel was nice. The IMG Academy was amazing, even after being hit by a hurricane. The Legacy Hotel was top notch. It was good stuff. World's Strongest Man got us ice tubs for the first time really this year. So if the guys were really hot or they just needed ice, you could go jump in the ice tub, which was really cool. I mean, it just slowly keeps getting better, and I have to take my hats off to them for how hard they've worked over the years to do that. And it was pretty neat and pretty refreshing. And it might not be perfect, but it's the best we have, and it just keeps getting a little better and a little better and a little better. So eventually a lot of the stuff where we had it really bad at the beginning of our careers, and it just keeps getting a little bit better and a little bit better, and the kids won't understand exactly how bad it was in the past, but it's still really cool, and it's refreshing to see that they just want to keep making it a better show as much as possible. We all have to deal with the fact that there's a hurricane, we all have to deal with the fact that there was COVID, and things were to change on the fly, and that's just how it is. You can either accept it and have a positive attitude and go after it, or you can be negative about it and let it bring you down, and you're going to suffer for it. And all in all, me and a lot of the other guys, we chose to accept it and appreciate the things that were right and the things that were good. So I just want to say thank you to all the guys, and say thank you for you to watch this. If you enjoyed this, if you have any questions, please comment down below. The stuff I can't answer, I will. And give a like, subscribe so you don't miss any further posts. And as always, train hard, train smart, be the best you can be.